Introducing Mary Shapes Bundle. We think you'll be surprised at how many different things you can create with this fun bundle. These are big, bold images with coordinating dies to cut out the stamped images. We also created this bundle with the option to stamp only, stamp and stitch, stitch only, or use the stitching dies to just add fun texture without stitching. It's all up to you. So let's first go over the stamp set. Okay, you've got like trees, candy canes, ornaments, the word joy, and you have these extra fun little pieces. So let me show you what they do. In this example, we've used this tree, this little circle or polka dot here to fill in the ornaments. This piece here is the base of your tree, and then you have this right here, this little star. So if you were to just stamp, you'd use those pieces to create that cute, colorful tree. Now, we'll show you how to make an ornament. So you have this long string, okay? You also have this little ornament topper. You have the ornament here, and when you add them all together, you get a multicolor ornament that you can stamp out. Okay, in the next example, I will show you the candy cane and the candy. So you've got this piece and this piece. Okay, you also have the solids to go with it. So like for making this candy, you would stamp the solid, little darker candy, and when you stamp the two together, you have the layered candy piece. The same is true for the candy cane. It's got a solid and then the lines. So stamp your solid, the lines, and the two together make that cute, colorful candy cane. Now I'm going to show you how to use these pieces, which are the string of lights. Okay, so you have this little light filament, which is right here. You've got your string, the long string, and then you have your light bulb right here. So what you do when you, and did I say the topper and this little topper piece right here? So when you stamp those all together, and what's nice about photopolymer is this is a straight string, but you can actually bend it, just bend it on your acrylic block, and you can have your light bulb swag. Okay, so that's what all of those pieces together look like, that you can make your string of lights. So that pretty much goes over the stamp set. There are different sentiments in here, like 'tis the season, wishing you happy holidays, this tiny little word Merry. Again, you can spell out the word joy. Lots to do with this set. Okay, now let's go over these dies. Okay, you do have this right here. It's very hard to see what that says, but it does say merry and bright. And what's nice about this is you can either stack them. So it can say merry and bright this direction. Okay, and this is stitched. So we've gone ahead and die cut those and then stitched it with our Sew Essentials threads. Or you could stretch them out like this on your card and say merry and bright this direction. Completely up to you, but that is what those dies do. Then let's go over the tree. So you've got a solid tree, this little stitched piece, and these three little things right here, which would be the ornaments. So this gives you the options. You can just stamp and die cut it out. Let's see. So this is what it looks like if you stamp it with this and die cut it with that, just stamping. Or you can just die cut out of green cardstock, or you can do both. You can die cut this and then run it through with the stitching piece, and then you can go ahead and stitch your little tree. So we've just stitched the outside, and then we've taken the polka dot, this little stamp right here, and just stamped the inside of the tree. So you have options with that one. Oh, and I also wanted to show you what it looks like just stitched if you didn't stamp at all. So here's your stitching die, there's your ornaments, and there's also another little piece in the die, which is right here, this little square. You might wonder what that is, but that is what makes the little star on the top of the tree. So you just use that piece. So you can stamp and die cut, just die cut and stitch and stamp, or just die cut and stitch. It's a lot to tell you. Okay, let's go over how to make the ornament. So there is a large circle, right? So you've got these layered circles right here. So you can make a large ornament, and there's the little topper, or there's this smaller circle, which actually does a few different things. It will die cut the candy, and it also die cuts the light bulb. And this little piece inside the circles is what goes on top of the light bulb, the topper there. Okay, so you can die cut these in different colors. Oh, that one fell off. There you go. Die cut that one in different colors. We just die cut it with cardstock, and then we took the little light filament stamp and stamped it on top. Okay, so that is just that die cut ornament. Now there is another one that looks like this. Okay, so this piece right here, that is the outside. This is the inside stitching piece. And then there's this piece as well. You might be wondering what this piece is for in the set. Okay, so if you were to just die cut this and use the stitching element, then you can stitch your ornament like this. Okay, you've got your topper. You also have this line. So it's just a straight line, which would be cute as just, a border on your cards, but it also acts as a ornament string. So on this one, we've just taken this long piece and die cut the ornament string, and then used this stitching die to do the ornament. And this middle piece here is what helped create that zigzag. Okay, so this would go, well, if I could pick it up. Sorry. Okay, this goes right inside here when you die cut it, and then we just took and zigzagged our thread, but you could also stitch stripes across it if you wanted to as well. So there's lots to do with those pieces. You also have where you can die cut your candy cane, and like I mentioned, that little square, so you've got another little die in here as well. That's this one. It creates this cute diamond, which would make really fun accents on your cards. And then you have that star topper, which I've now, oh, here it is. There we go. So these two create those two when you stitch them out. So there's so much to do. What will you choose from? But we love making our stamps and die sets so versatile that you can pick and choose and just make so many different things. Okay, so let's show you some projects that we have created. Here is an example where we have just done stamping. It's flat. We've just used the two different trees and the base, and it says, "'Tis the season, quick and simple, so cute, modern, trendy, fun colors." We did the same card design, but this time we did stitching and stamping together. Okay, so these trees are die cut first, and then we stitch the inside. These two trees are flat, okay, but what we did is we stamped the solid tree down in red and a coral color, and then took the stitching die and just stitched right on the outside edge of that stamped piece. So you choose, like, they're both adorable and they're both so much fun, but it just gives it two very different looks. Here is an example where we have used the long string in the stamp set and made our joy letters ornaments. And then we did that stitching element on the ornament there in the middle with that cute zigzag pattern. Here is one that is just stamped. Like I said, we bent that string and gave our light bulbs a little swag. And it is so cute. I mean, it's pretty quick and simple to make. And we just added the fun little thread on top. Here's one where we just did the stamping and die cutting, no stitching. So we made those candies, the two-layer candies, the two-layer candy canes. We did die cut the candy canes out and added the quick happy holidays on top. Okay, now if you really want to step it up and just do stitching, you can do that as well. So like I mentioned, that merry and bright can be stacked this direction, or it will fit across your cards when you lay out your dies that direction. And then we just stitched those trees and added those on top. And in the background is our woven stripes. However, it looks plaid because we did the stripes one direction and then turn and stamped it down again. Really cute card. Here's the example where we did the Merry and Bright this way. We used that long stitching die to create our hanging ornaments and stitched all of those elements on the card. Okay, now here are some fun examples of tags. Okay, so this one has that cute die that we didn't stitch. We just die cut it and stamped our ornament and then die cut the topper with some of our new foil paper. Added that cute little tiny Mary on there. Here's one with just a plain candy cane, Happy Holidays. Here's one with the letters and wishing you joy over the top. Here is one where we just used the stitching die for the tree, but we didn't do any stitching and it looks adorable. Added a little tag off there. And then you can also just make a tag that says Merry. And I'm not sure if you can see that, but we use that polka dot that creates the colorful ornaments in the tree, and we just polka dotted made our own little background there. So, whew, that was a lot to show you. Based on what you've seen, will you stamp? Will you stamp and stitch? We'd love to see what you create. Please tag us at Concord and Night.